That's okay. I had a question for you. So far, from what you've seen from the promos and seeing us today, what do you think about our show?
I loved it. I think I really loved it. I think it looks great. I just wish I could but it's very glamorous, but it's also got a lot of satire and humor.
Yeah.
We like the production value as well. So,
در زندگی این دو خواهر و برادر فرصت‌ها و درس‌های زیادی به دست می‌آیند. در قسمت پیشین شما مقدمه بر زندگی رامز و روحینا را دیدید. در این قسمت خواهیم دید که آیا این خواهر و برادر واقعاً به همان اندازه که میگویند متحد هستند یا یک دعوا میتواند رابطه بین آنها را از بین ببرد. رامز قدمی به سمت یک زندگی جدید برداشت و نصایح خواهرانش را درک کرد و با کار در یک مغازه افغانی سفر جدیدی را آغاز کرد. این یک سفر بسیار جالب خواهد بود. دیدن کار یک سلبریتی در مشاغل عادی از غرب تا شرق، نمایش درباره زندگی این دو خواهر و برادر. داستان تازه شروع شده است. این تازه شروع ماجراست. شما در این نمایش انواع موقعیت‌ها، دراما و درس‌هایی را خواهید دید که میتوانید از آنها چیزهای زیادی بیاموزید.
Get ready for Rohina and Ramiz King to blow up this year.
No worries. Thank you for having us.
Okay, firstly, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
So tell me about the program. What's West to East?
West to East is a show about basically two siblings who have grown up in the West, coming from an immigrant family, and basically trying to make an identity for themselves in the Western country while trying to understand their roots and who they really are. And I basically get challenged on the show by Rohina, who she's someone who really works hard, and she's worked hard for everything she has, the house that she's bought for herself, the car she's bought for herself. She's worked hard for it, literally done the hours, went to work. Whereas with me, I'm someone who have always done shows and video work, and I've just made money, big money quickly, and I've just blown it straight away on stupid stuff, either be traveling first class or just going around India, clubbing, partying. So basically she challenges me to experience life as in a new perspective and to maybe go Afghanistan and work hard like those people. She tells me to start from where I am. I start in Australia, I go get a normal job in an Afghan store, which is completely different for me to do. I basically go to an Afghan store and I start working there. And the rest you have to watch on the show, but it's a roller coaster ride because I personally haven't been able to keep a job for longer than 3 months or 6 months. So I've been consistently keeping this job going there twice every weekend. And so the show is basically a daily take on our lives and us going on different adventures and learning new experiences while understanding our roots.
Okay, and Rohina, what does the show mean for you?
Hello, Suzanne. It's a pleasure to speak to you here in this platform. Basically, it means everything to me because I get to speak up, I get to be who I am as a woman. And as you know, a lot of Afghan women don't have this opportunity. So I don't want to take the advantage in a wrong way. So when I have this platform in a safe country, I can be myself, I can speak up in front of the camera, and I know that I will be safe. Whereas I know for sure that if girls in Afghanistan, even take a selfie, their life will be danger to step out of their house. They wouldn't know if they're going to come back because anybody can follow them, anybody can stalk them and take them in and kill them by the name of being jihadis and kill them by the name of being Taliban. So I'm very grateful that my parents worked so hard to board us in a safe country. And my heart cries and bleeds every time when I see my cousins stuck in a country where they can't be themselves. And it's been really upsetting lately because they don't have a backup system. They don't have any system. And the only system they're trying to use is fear by the religion, which is terrifying for the upcoming generation.
In Afghanistan, for Afghans, it's a big shame for them to show you real life, to be honest. You know, not a lot of people have the courage to do that. They only have progressed and excelled in music, where they can just be an artist and sing a few songs. So to be loved for who you are, it was a whole foreign concept to them. And our family dynamics, you know, we have mainly more girls. The beginning of the show is starting with me and her, but in the future seasons, we are planning to have all the girls added onto the show. And it's just like our family dynamics fit somewhat close to the Kardashians, you know, and the Kardashians are famous for having nothing be private, you know, basically. And that's what exactly we have to do. A part of our job is to really show our bad side and our good side, show our mistakes, show our wins in life, show our success, show our failures. The show opens up with showing some of my failures that I encountered in 2020 because of COVID. You know, I lost some big major shows and I lost because of COVID, you know, and it shows how I can be resilient and I can overcome that situation. And so I can give hope to the masses that, hey, if I've lost a show worth this much money, this much fame, if you lost the opportunity, you can bounce back as well. I'm bouncing back. So yeah, basically your question was, why would we call ourselves close to the Kardashians? Our show is like similar to Kardashians because it's a reality TV show based on our lives. And for Afghans, it's been never done before. And as I said, I'm already kind of condemned and I would already be a bit judged for having my sister on the show and showing her real life, because Afghans think that it's a wrong idea to show your sister or show your, but I believe that we're not doing anything bad. We're not promoting nudity, or we're not promoting so much like vile stuff, you know. We're just being siblings and we want to promote the love of siblings, and siblings fight, they love each other. So we really want to show the authentic siblings and family love to them so they can get inspired from our good and bad.
Now, have you both been threatened by the Taliban? You've had threats against doing the show?
Yeah, so initially our entire take of reality TV was threatened by the Taliban, you know, because when we first did a show called BaChashem, which is the Afghan big boss, big brother kind of a vibe, you know, it's like another show where it's captive reality, basically. That was the first in Afghanistan to have men and women live in one room and be filmed 24/7, you know. Basically, that brought a lot of negative attention towards us by the Taliban. They initially were getting threats while we're in Afghanistan. They were like saying, we're going to stop your production. We're going to find out where you guys are, where the set is, and we're going to come and do something to you guys if you guys don't stop the show. But we went ahead with the show and we couldn't successfully end the show to the full episodes. We only did up to 30 or 40 episodes, and we only aired about half of that. That's it. Because of the threats, once I left Afghanistan, the channel felt weak in front of the Taliban. They had to kind of obey them, you know. While I was there, I was kind of being the strong-willed guy saying that, you know what, let's just do it. They can't do anything, you know, we're very private. There's no address here. And I guess that was me being naive as well. I shouldn't have risked it. Now when I see the Taliban and their extremist behavior, I'm like, I shouldn't have risked it then. But yeah, so we both were receiving the threats while we were in Afghanistan for BaChashem. And that's when this whole thing started.
So are you going to go ahead with the show? And Rohina, maybe if I can ask that to you, you've had threats from the Taliban. Will you continue doing this show?
Of course. When I wanted to be a successful woman, I made sure that, you know, I overcome any challenge. And I was afraid, of course. I didn't want to stay there any longer. I called up my mom. I said, you know, I just don't want to die for nothing, you know. At least this is just a start of my career, and I'm already getting threatened. So it's not going to change anything, but it made me stronger. It made me do something better for the women that are living currently in that situation. It motivated me more to be out there in a right way, so I can pull my sisters and, you know, from every country, not just my own country, A woman has been judged from generations, whether it's in Catholic religion, whether it's in Muslim, it's an issue, ongoing issue in any religion. I am willing to, even, if I die in this field, I want to die with the pride that I'm doing actually something for people's benefit, not just, for my own benefit.
I guess Rohina's role on the show, which is her real role, it's that she is someone who works hard, and sometimes, when I'm overseas in India and stuff, she does take the responsibility of taking care of the house, while I'm shooting my shows in India with MTV. Basically, the Afghan women's, the dynamics in the Afghan households lately have become that as well, because a lot of the husbands or the sons have been dead, killed by the Taliban, or been killed in war before, that the women have to take charge and live their lives and work or do something, I guess her being on the show and us having the show is giving them inspiration and hope that, if she's doing it, I can do it as well, I know there's a big difference. We're in Australia and they're in Afghanistan, but we are very much the same, in personality, So as long as they can learn some few good elements of a personality, then that's what we want.
But how do you feel now? You must be really heartbroken to see what has happened in Afghanistan, and especially so many people facing starvation.
Yeah, it breaks my heart, honestly. And sometimes, and I feel that, okay, we can come across tone deaf a bit on our show, because we are driving Range Rovers and driving around, having fun, going on adventures. And me just having to, for me, a challenge is to go work in an Afghan store. That does come across tone deaf a bit. I'm not naive to that. But then our show is not just designed for the Afghan people in Afghanistan. Afghans are all around the globe, and we have some very influential, powerful Afghans in different countries that will watch the show,
Even America and Australia support Afghanistan big time, which is absolutely amazing, coming from a country that it's far, far away, and they're helping so much. And they have helped a lot of Afghans, like our family, they've helped us, because I only had one brother and we were 4 girls. It was absolutely hard for my mother to raise us in Afghanistan. So she sought help. And here we are today.
We are grateful to Australia a lot, truly from our bottom of our heart. And we want to be able to show that gratitude on our show as well. And even today, speaking to you, we're extremely grateful for the opportunity. And I guess mainly when people watch us overseas in Afghanistan, they will see that, there is hope. There are good people out there that would help, if they see. And yeah, I just want to be a beacon of hope through this show. That's all. Because as a kid, I've seen some kids in Afghanistan. I've spoken to them on Instagram, some like 14-year-olds, 12-year-olds. They're like, I see you living your life and you're doing so well in India, everything. But for me, there's no future. There's no future for me because if I even try to become an engineer, there's no job for me because I might be killed tomorrow, And they have no hope at all for a better tomorrow. So I want the show to be like, give them a bit of hope that, what, it's possible, it's fine. Things will get better. That's the main subject of the show, things will get better in every situation.
And plus, I want to show my life. Like, I'm in Australia. I work for Amazon, which is one of the biggest company. I want to show that, and so that people can get inspired that, we can build something like that in our own country. We can go to work. It's okay. It's fine. It's not something scary for them to watch. Like, I'm sure, like, when families play our show in their houses, their father will see it as well. Their brothers will see it as well. And they will be the men in future in Afghanistan, and they'll have an open mind as well, because they would see us doing well, and their father would be okay with it. If she can do it, my daughter can do it too,
Yeah, I just want Afghans to get open-minded a bit, because I get so much hate, and because of the fact that I've let my sister, like, she wanted to join the industry, and I could have either boycotted her and be a typical Afghan brother. A typical Afghan brother is that you're dishonoring me and I should either kill you for my honor or I should disown you or boycott you completely, I either had to be like that. That's what Afghans wanted me to do. But I decided to be a supportive brother and be like, you know what? I love this field. I'm in it. I'll actually be by your side and support you in every step of the way. So I ensure that you go in the right path, And And then having this show, people will think Afghans, a majority, like out of 100%, 50% will think that, we are bad people for showing our lives. And I just want the message to go out there. We're not bad people. Just because we're showing our life is because we love each other a lot, and we feel like our love is so strong between each other that it could become an example for other people to follow on. So yeah, we're all very close as siblings. Like I love her so much, she loves me. We love our siblings. We're very close family from day one, and we don't associate with other people, to be honest. We don't associate with much Afghans and stuff. We are very different from a typical Afghan family. So it just makes sense for us to be on the show rather than anyone else.
So we kind of like adapt Western and culture society together, and we're someone that we can be adjustable even in a place like Afghanistan,
So at the moment, it won't go on Tolo TV. It going to be enough for you, or are there other places that you can get the program run?
So basically, I work with a company in India called Western India. They are distributors to Netflix and Amazon Prime. Basically, our ultimate goal was that we are upgrading our cameras to be Netflix approved, so we can go to Netflix eventually in the long run. And B, because Netflix doesn't have an Afghan section, it's a bit unfair because it's Turkish section, it's Indian section, but there's nothing for Afghans, And I'm in the talks with them to do one of our shows, either BaChashem, the Afghan Big Brother, or either West or East. One of the shows will be making it into Netflix. But I guess we're here to challenge the Taliban and be like, you know what? Look at us. We're doing everything crazy. We are liberated, and we are breaking every rule that you've set. We are breaking maybe rules of your religion, and we are breaking rules of your cultural beliefs. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like I will come to Afghanistan as well. I'm pretty confident that I will go to Afghanistan. I don't know about Rohina, but I will definitely go to Afghanistan because I do want to challenge them. I don't want to be the quiet person just sitting there saying that, you know what, I'm going to accept defeat now just because I've taken over with a few guns and a few manpower, that we accepted defeat and we give our country. They took our flag. That's a big deal. They took our flag and removed our flag. That's a big insult. So my show and our show together is a big challenge to the Taliban that, you know what, we are Afghans. There are Afghans around the world who are waking up and deal with it. And I feel like I want to wake up the Afghan people because they're 2%, we're 98%, If us Afghans wake up and unite together, we can defeat the Taliban very easily, and make it democratic and make it better.
Thanks, Ramiz. Rohina, anything, would you like to add anything?
Of course, I just want to say that if wearing a scarf for a woman is such a big deal, I wanted to be out there as a fashion designer. I want to fashion women in a very modest way, in a very updated way, rather than just covering the whole thing and just looking by little tiny holes through a fabric. There's a lot of ways to be modern. If they are fighting for Islam, yes, Islam says be modest, and we can be modest in a lot of modern way, not just isolate our face, and you can't even hardly walk with those things that they are, forcing women to wear. And I think somebody should just, Talib means students, somebody have to educate them that, okay, if you guys gonna fight for Islam, here's the right way. We will show you the right way. What you're saying is a very uneducated way.
Okay, look, thank you so much, both of you, for your time. I really appreciate it.